Om Shanti, greetings of peace, and hello everyone. My name is Tina Agarwal. I'm working as a research scientist at Purdue University, and I welcome you all to this Power Boost guided meditation practice, focusing on raising my vibrations whilst being present and practicing Raj Yoga meditation, right? It's just been over the year now, but also more so this year, that I have had this feeling where I felt that I want to have a very good physical immunity, but also I want to have a very good emotional immunity. And I realized when I started to go back to work in August, the semester started and we had to go back to work. And the whole thing about, readjusting to the timetable, to the routine, everything had to kind of rewired and, change a few things again. And so there was some feeling of overwhelming and wish I could just stay home and work, and that's when I realized more that I need to increase my vibrational frequency, if you will, so that I can have this experience of holistic well-being, my physical immunity, but also my emotional immunity, so that I'm not affected, I'm not disturbed by people around me, by interactions with them, by environment, by objects. And so how can I reach that place? And in my thinking, I just realized that one of the most important things is to have a high state of consciousness. And high state of consciousness and the vibrational frequency, they kind of go hand in hand. If I am vibrating at a higher frequency, then automatically I have higher state of consciousness, which means I will feel good, I will feel comfortable, I will be able to understand things properly, I will be able to comprehend them the way they are, I will be able to have an unlimited perception, I will be able to have non-judgmental, unconditional love towards everyone. And thereby, everything will be very beautiful, right? Very good feeling. On the other hand, if I am vibrating at a low frequency, that means I am also having a low state of consciousness at that time, which means I am not feeling very good, not able to comprehend things, not able to understand, not able to flow with the flow of life, not able to connect with the source energy. And so it kind of drains me. It kind of makes me feel unwell, unsettled, not grounded, and so the whole 2-3 months I've been thinking about how to raise my vibration, how to increase the frequency at which I am vibrating. And of course you can say that throughout the day, which vibration you're feeling, you can say that from what you are feeling. Sorry, I should say at which vibration you are vibrating, you can say that from your feelings, right? And so the big spectrum is positive and negative, negative being 0, for example, whereas positive being, let's say, 100. And there can be millions of vibrations in between, but positive means you feel good, you feel comfortable, you feel your relationships are beautiful, whereas negative means you don't feel good, you don't feel comfortable, emotionally you're not feeling very well, right? And so I have to then try to understand, or at least observe for myself, what is it that will cause a good emotion in me, or a positive emotion in me, positive feeling in me. And spiritually speaking, we understand that the underlying thing of the feelings arise from the thoughts, right? And every thought is an energy, has a vibration. The thought can be created which is at a higher frequency or at a lower frequency. And it depends on where my focus is, where my attention is, where my awareness is in that moment. So if my awareness is on looking at beauty, on experiencing that which is positive, then my thoughts will also be positive, and thereby my feelings will be positive, and so my state of consciousness will be positive. So everything goes up in that direction once I set my thoughts in the right direction. And so today we will try to meditate on this. There are many ways how you can raise your vibrations. At the physical level, you can be in nature, you can eat good food, right? I recently learned this, that a healthy body will have anywhere between 62 to 70 megahertz. Whereas when it is below 62 megahertz, then the body cells start to mutate, they start to feel otherwise. And when it is around 58 megahertz, you start to feel there is cold or flu or some ailment. And then when you're at 42 megahertz, then the body actually starts to make cancerous kind of cells. And when person is dying, the energy or the frequency at which the body is vibrating is around 20 megahertz. So you can see how the energies are different. And I was reading this book called Power versus Force by David Hawkins, and literally every emotion has a number, right? Every word has a number, has a vibration. And so we have to be careful, but meditation definitely is the best thing to kind of stop the negative and then go towards slowly and steadily towards the positive, rather than just jumping from negative into positive, right? Meditation allows me to give that space, if you will, that little pause where I can observe, I can check, I can make a decision, because the choice is, at the end of the day, it's mine, right? I have to make a choice to feel good and to raise my vibrations. And so where I get that opportunity is in my meditation, right? So that is one of the ways to increase your vibrations. And so we'll do that in our meditation practice for today. And before we start, I do want to say thank you to each one of you for taking the time to honor yourself, for making this time for this meditation. And I myself feel grateful to be able to join this community of like-minded people, right? So let's start. Sit straight. If you're sitting, if you're lying down, that's fine too. But sit in a comfortable position. Find a place where you can relax and yet be in an alert awareness. And slowly and gently use your attention as an anchor to focus on your breathing. So bring your attention to the way you are breathing. You don't have to breathe deeply or heavily, just normal breathing, but you are focused there. You're able to sit very quietly and just observe how the air that you're breathing in is moving through your nostrils into your body. The energy flows, and then slowly you also release it out. So inhale and exhale. And every time you inhale, you are very much in the present moment. And you notice how your body is being filled with air that you breathe in. And as you exhale, any discomfort, any tension that you might be carrying in, you release it. Know that it is not useful to have this tightness. And as you exhale that feeling of tightness or tension or worry. Anything that is not serving you, gently let it go. And do this exercise a couple more times where you are inhaling by being in the now, the present moment. And as you exhale that which is not useful. And as you feel completely relaxed, your breathing is natural, rhythmic, then gently bring your attention to the center of the forehead. And it is in this place between the eyebrows where the life force, the energy resides in this body. So see yourself as that light, like the light of the candle that you can see, like that sparkling, beautiful, radiating light energy that is vibrating at a very high frequency. Just by becoming aware that I am energy, I am raising my vibrations. And now I pay attention to my mind. The mind has the capacity to create the thoughts. And so I see that the speed of the thoughts has slowed down. The mind has become quiet and calm. And I am able to turn off the responsibilities associated with different roles that I play through this body. In this moment, I only focus on this light energy, the radiating, sparkling, beautiful being. This thought that I just created makes me feel internally very good. It raises the frequency at which I am able to feel good about my own self. And so what I radiate, the vibrations through my words, through my actions, are very positive. When I start to feel good about myself, I begin to notice even more beauty that resides in me. Just by being myself, I know that I am free from the bondages of the world. I don't have to rely on the opinions of the others. I don't have to rely on my own critical vision. So in this way, just stand at a distance and observe the thought that is being created on the screen of the mind. As a witness, it does not interfere. As an observer, just like the clouds move through the sky, I see different thoughts emerging on the screen of the mind. I let them come and let them go, not judging them, not analyzing them, and not saying whether it's true or not. But I am just observing. It's as if it is what it is. I just see and understand the quality of the thoughts. And I have just created this ability within myself where I'm able to observe, detach myself from that thought. I am not this thought. And so I am not the feeling that is associated with that thought, but I am an observer. And if I don't feel good, then I have the choice that I can make. But first, I have to accept and gently create a want to change and move in a more positive realm of the spectrum. And as I begin to do this, I realize that I am a peaceful being. I have an intellect that has the capacity to make choices, that can discern and decide. I am willing to forgive and let go of the stories of the past. So I allow myself to come to a neutral place where I can now move into whichever gear I want to. Choice is mine. It is my free will to move in the upward direction. And so create this thought in this moment that I, the energy, want to have an experience of meeting the supreme energy, the source, the universal energy. And instantly a thread, subtle, invisible bond of love is created between I, the soul, and the powerhouse, the Supreme Almighty. And as soon as this connection is forged, I'm able to draw upon His light and might into the self. I'm able to connect with the source energy. I can feel the flow of high vibrations flowing into me. The source energy always vibrates at the highest frequency. The highest frequency is the frequency of being enlightened, being loving and peaceful, joyful and happy. So as I connect with the source, I begin to receive the enlightenment of the truth, the knowledge, the experience of bliss, inner peace, and supreme happiness, unconditional, non-judgmental love, and unlimited powers flow through me. See your vibrations going up to another level, completely changing your reality of what you were 5 minutes ago versus what you are in this current moment. Feeling so good and so content, knowing that I have this connection, which I can connect to any time. But for now, I have to return to the present consciousness. So come back to the present moment. And as you prepare yourself to become fully engaged in the daily activities and routine ready to take on the responsibilities of the roles that you play. Gently bring to your awareness that everything I do with conscious awareness of knowing who I am, feeling comfortable in everything that I do, maintaining my high vibrations, because every time I have a high vibrating thought, I know I have high vibrating feelings. Thereby, my relationships become beautiful. My connections, my workplace becomes beautiful. And indirectly, I impact the vibrations of the world. So my thoughts have the capacity to transform the vibrations of the world. And this is my contribution towards peace in the world. With gratitude filled in my heart, with this expanded consciousness, I now return back to the present moment. Om Shanti.